Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here, playing some more Warhammer Combat Cards Campaign Mode. In this week's campaign, we are playing as Orcs against the Tau Empire. And there are two sets of mission rewards. In the first set, we get extra copies of the Dakajet, which is one of the most OP cards in the game when combined with Captain Badrock. I've seen this thing level entire fields of enemies with a single volley. It's pretty ridiculous. And so, to get those copies faster, you can include cards with the keyword vehicle in there. And so, I ran a 5-vehicle deck with Captain Badrock. That's what I start out with. It's less than ideal because the Scrapjet in here is a melee-heavy vehicle, so it doesn't really work well with Badrock. It wasn't a particularly fun deck to use, but it got me a lot of points for the missions. But now that I've cleared those missions out of the way, I've switched to a more interesting build running Ghaz. This is one I wanted to share for a little while. It's not actually an incredibly great deck, but I have some of the biggest units in the Orc roster. In here we got the Black Def. This is the Def Dread with Berserk. It's a fun one to use. And then the Mecha Dread. This is one I have not used very much either. It's just very expensive. And it currently has 2 shields. Pretty powerful attack and lots of health. And then to support those two, we've got the Pain Boy, which can repair them up with Medicae. And then, kind of a weird option in here, but we've got the Grot Mini Tank Squadron for Taunt. And then, just with the leftover points, we got Scumbo, who's probably one of the most useless cards in the game, but we'll see if he can do anything in this match. So, let's go ahead and deploy. And Commander Shadowsun is the one we'll be facing. I think Shadowsun and Farsight are 2 of the more difficult ones to face. I mean, Darkstrider is obviously the easiest one. Anva can be pretty powerful, especially if you are not running any Psychers. We're going to go ahead and put down our big guys at the beginning. Got the Def Dread, and then the Mecha Dread we can put over there. Across from the Shield Drone. The Shield Drone doesn't have any attacks, so we don't have to worry about it breaking the shields. And I'm thinking maybe we'll just put down the healer here at the beginning. Heal up those big guys by over 60 health. And here they come with the first volley of ranged attacks. 42 damage to the Def Dread. That's actually a fair bit right there. Mecha Dread is nice because it has a pretty strong ranged attack in addition to its very powerful melee attack, so it can counter pretty hard. The Tau tend to go with their ranged attack most of the time, obviously, because that's what they do. But I'm hoping that I can kind of keep some of these other bodyguards alive long enough, because if you deploy Ghaz to the field too early, he will be in a spot of trouble, I think. They got shields of their own on their side with this stealth battle suit. Alright, let's continue with the melee attacks here. Now, Tau have a lot of ways to increase their damage output, so even, like currently right now, they don't have any charge on their ranged bar, but that can easily change because many of their units have Outflank and Scout, like so that Kroot Hound, I think that is, just outflanked once again, so that's also reducing our next melee attack. Still, our units are able to deal enough damage that we should be able to clear out some of this rabble. Now, do we want to put down Scumbo here? Or go with the Grot tanks? I think we'll just go with the tanks for now. They will be able to counter with a ranged attack next turn. Hopefully that was the right choice. Charging up a little ranged attack, I don't know if we'll ever use it. And now their final 2 bodyguards will deploy. We'll have to be careful, because once Shadowsun deploys at the end, she can heal up anything that's left on the field back up to max health. And wow, we got Long Strike and the Riptide Battlesuit. What level are these guys at? Okay, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Fortunately, the tanks took the brunt of that. Okay, so I don't think we can actually destroy any of these guys. So I'm thinking it is time for Scumbo to deploy to the field. He's going up against the Riptide Battlesuit. Easiest battle of his life, no doubt. That's a level 6 Riptide. Compare that to our Gretchen Captain. Alright, and we're going for this Kroot Tracker in the middle. We're going to take him down. He's the weak link, obviously. Now, when Shadowsun deploys, she has a precision shot. She's also going to be able to attack with a huge amount of damage once the ranged attack gets boosted by a +20. So I'm afraid our Def Dread is going to be destroyed here. here comes 112 damage from Long Strike and lots of damage from all these other guys. That's a really nasty combo right there. But this is where Ghaz does his thing. Now he's able to deploy across from Shadowsun. Let's take a look at what his stats are at right now. 143 melee attack. And he's got a Furious Charge that can deal 80% of that, so here he comes. First with the Furious Charge, 115 damage. And now we can finish off Shadowsun with a big old melee attack. So despite their really big battle suits and tanks and all that came out at the end, we were able to make sure that Ghaz got a chance to duel the enemy warlord one-on-one, and that's what he does best. But that doesn't always happen. In fact, the game that I played right before this, they just cleared out all my smaller bodyguards too quickly, so then Ghaz had to deploy when there were still like 5 enemy bodyguards left, and then he just got messed up. And so this is not a particularly amazing deck, but it is a whole lot of fun to use. So if you happen to have these at a high enough level, you might not want to use it in this campaign, but I think it's worth a shot. Anyway, so that's it for this one. I will be playing another match, though, once the second set of missions unlocks. Fast forward a little bit, and now the second set of mission rewards has unlocked. We're getting copies of this brand new card, the Bomb Squig. It's a fun little card, only 5 points, making it very easy to include in your deck. It's an epic, so it has its trait, which is Death Blow, unlocked at level 1. And it looks like an older vintage model. I didn't even know that this particular model existed. The one kind of visual issue with these older models is that they tend to be lower resolution, so it's not the greatest looking model, but it'll do. Alright, so the keyword for these missions is infantry, so I've built a deck with lots of infantry using boss Snikrot, made sure to include the guys with target acquired, the 2 commandos, and Captain Black Scar. And then the others are, some of them are not really that great. Ed Zeppa is a very good card to include with the Psionic Blast, but these others are just kind of mediocre. The Luda, the War Boss, I mean, it's a decent card, but it doesn't exactly synergize the best with Snikrot, I think. The Flash Git is okay. And then I had a whole lot of leftover points because these infantry tend to be pretty cheap, so I just included the Squig Buggy, which is obviously not an infantry card, but the Barrage works pretty well with Snikrot. So let's go ahead and deploy. And this time we're up against Farsight. Okay. Now I'm not too confident that Snikrot will be able to duel Farsight and come out victorious. Gonna drop down the Squig Buggy at the beginning. And I'm thinking of putting it over on the left side. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what they deploy. Okay, so we could destroy the broadside battlesuit in one shot with the Squig Buggy. I think we might go for that, except the issue is it's kind of a waste of an attack. Well, whatever. We're just going to go like this. Put down our little war boss. And once the broadside battlesuit gets destroyed, our captain will be able to fire upon the center lane, and his damage will also be doubled, so should be able to deal a decent amount of damage. It will retaliate for a pretty good amount. But we can take down 2 of their bodyguards on the first turn there. They got this little turret thing, the tactical support turret. Haven't really seen many players use that one in ranked. Tau have a whole lot of barrage units, that is for sure. 3 barrage units on the field at the same time. It's a lot of splash damage going around. We will be able to retaliate for a pretty good amount of damage though. Squig Buggy dealing 40 damage over to the center lane. And I think, yeah, we can just keep going with the ranged attack. The War Boss does not have a great ranged attack, so he isn't really synergizing all that well with these guys, although he is increasing their damage. So far it's the Squig Buggy that's been doing most of the work, the only non-infantry card in this deck. And lots of more powerful battle suits coming to the field. I've seen some Tau compositions that feature almost all aircraft and drones and stuff, and then others that are just using lots of battle suits like this one. So it's kind of interesting, the different types of compositions you can face. And I think we're going to go like this. This should actually work out very nicely. The target acquired will focus down the Cold Star battlesuit in the center. The splash damage from the barrage is going to destroy the broadside battlesuit on the right side, and also, since target acquired activates first, the precision shot also fires into the center lane, dealing double damage there as well. Now we are hitting him with a reduced attack here because they did outflank us with the Cold Star Battle Suit, but we still should be able to deal lots of damage here. That worked out very nicely. The Squig Buggy finally gets destroyed, and unfortunately for us though, this Ghost Kill Battle Suit is going to heal back up to full health when Farsight deploys. And I'm just going to put this guy down. Now Farsight didn't actually see what level... Whoa, he is at level 7. So he's going to deal a lot of damage with that initial Furious Charge. And of course it's going to boost up his melee bar real high. Not looking so great. And they're going for the ranged attack. I think that might have saved us right there. Farsight does have a lot of health, so clearly we will not be able to destroy him this turn. I could actually take out the Ghost Kill Battle Suit, I think, if I target it and then drop down Ed Zappa. I think that's what I'm going to do. Ed Zappa can survive one attack from the Pathfinder there over on the right side. Got a Sonic Blast triggering, dealing a fair bit of damage there, and then we can just go Psychic, also reducing their attack, but so now they're only going to have 2 cards on the field, the Warlord, which can only attack with melee, and the Pathfinder, which can only attack with range. That is one of Farsight's major weaknesses, is when you end up with a situation like this, where only, one unit can attack at a time. Definitely not a good position to be in. Okay, and now, without even having to deploy Boss Snikrot, we can just end the game here with the Commando knob. His damage will be doubled to 120 damage, and you can just take out the Warlord pretty easily there. So that went like clockwork. It was not a super high level AI, and I've noticed actually in this campaign that the AI it gets stronger pretty quickly, and let's see, that was a level 23 AI, but the highest I've actually reached in this campaign was only level 24 before I got kicked back down using this deck. So it's been pretty rough. I've heard of other players reaching like above level 30, which is pretty impressive. I think, yeah, at that level they'll definitely be running like pretty much all max level cards. These 5-day campaigns can be pretty difficult to get through, especially in the last few days, so I don't know. I mean, I would like to get more copies of this Bomb Squig here, but not sure if I'm going to really make it to the end of the campaign, to be honest. But let me know what you think about the Orcs, if you like playing as them or if you hate them. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.